This video demonstrates how to install Repoman for MODX Revolution. Repoman is a tool for developers to help them create MODX packages more easily. Let me just demonstrate how you might grab this. You could install this via the MODX package manager, but that's pretty straightforward. We probably don't need to repeat that. So because this is for developers grabbing the latest version, you can do that using Git. And so the repository is craftsmancoding/repoman. And we would grab the URL for Git, and then we're going to head over to the command line. And I'm in a new MODX installation, and I'm going to head to the public web directory because while we're developing, some packages will have web assets, images, JavaScript, etc., that need to be accessible via HTTP. So I'm going to put the repositories inside the public web directory so that the site can get to them as I'm developing. And I like to create a directory for repos, just so it's clear to me that these are ones that I'm working on. So if I go into the repositories, the repos, and then I do git clone and paste in the URL, Git's going to clone that. The next thing that I need to do is actually run Composer on this to generate the autoload files. So if you're not familiar with Composer, you may want to look into the Get Composer website and follow how to install it and use it. But typically what you do is you move into the directory that you just downloaded, and you would issue the command composer install. Okay, so it's installed any dependencies. This doesn't happen to have any, but if there were some, it would pull those in and resolve them. And importantly, it generates the autoload files. The next thing you would need to do is to use Repoman. It acts on a directory. And in this case, a directory is your project root, your package that you're developing, that you're versioning with Git or Subversion. And you would use Repoman to act on that directory to sync that with MODX. So typically you would install that directory into MODX, or you might uninstall the project, or you might update the project, a few other things. And given that it is a command line tool, you'll see that in here there's the Repoman utility. I would just execute it, Repoman, and I would do install, and then I need to give it an argument of a directory. So in this case, I want to have it operate on itself. And this isn't going to work because I am using Homestead, which is a Laravel Vagrant package. And I've moved away from MAMP and WAMP as my development environments because they just didn't work very well when it came to MODX permissions. So I've gone ahead and installed Vagrant using Laravel. If you haven't seen this, Homestead, it gives a pretty good instruction set on how to set up VirtualBox and Vagrant to provision a server for your development environments that is compatible with Laravel, but importantly for us, also for MODX. So I often forget that when I'm running commands, I need to do it from the Vagrant environment. So I do that by logging into the Vagrant server. And then I would go into the repositories, Repoman in this case, PHP Repoman. I'm going to install the current folder. So this is Repoman installing itself. It's just dog fooding here. But that's going to generate some settings, and you can see the log files here of what it did. And then if we head over to our manager view here, I can refresh the manager view of this fairly new MODX website, and I can see whether or not, there it is, Repoman got installed. So that is the demonstration of Repoman installing itself. In another video, I will show how Repoman is used for installing other packages and how you can use it to get started developing a new MODX package. Because really Repoman is a utility. It's not the end-all be-all in and of itself. It's just used to help you do other things. And so in other videos, we'll cover some of those other development aspects. Stay tuned.